Hello, and welcome to Insurance Fraud Files. Today's case is not about one accident, one driver, or one false claim. It's about an organized operation that ran for years, involved lawyers, staged violent truck crashes, and generated millions in fraudulent insurance payouts. Investigators later called it Operation Sideswipe. At the center of Operation Sideswipe was a simple but dangerous idea: use large commercial trucks as tools in staged traffic accidents. The collisions were designed to look spontaneous, chaotic, and unavoidable. In reality, they were carefully orchestrated events meant to exploit insurance systems and jury sympathy. The crashes followed a familiar pattern. Passenger vehicles would suddenly cut in front of tractor trailers, brake sharply, or drift into the truck's blind spot. The truck driver, with limited maneuverability and massive stopping distance, would have no realistic way to avoid impact. From the outside, these looked like tragic but ordinary highway accidents caused by reckless driving. What made the scheme effective was psychology. Accidents involving large trucks almost automatically shift blame toward the commercial driver and the trucking company. Jurors expect professional drivers to be more cautious. Insurers anticipate high exposure. Settlements become tempting, even when facts are unclear. Behind the scenes, the operation was anything but random. According to investigations later reported by AP News, a group of attorneys and accomplices deliberately recruited participants to stage these crashes. Vehicles were selected, routes were planned, timing was rehearsed. Even medical claims were coordinated in advance. The goal was not just to win one claim, but to repeat the model again and again. For years, it worked. What eventually triggered suspicion was repetition. Investigators began to notice the same patterns appearing across unrelated cases, the same legal representatives, the same types of injuries, the same accident dynamics, different locations, different drivers, but identical behavior. Crash reconstruction experts played a crucial role. When professionals analyzed vehicle damage, skid marks, and collision angles, the physics didn't match the stories. The movements of the cars suggested deliberate positioning rather than emergency reactions. Brake data and onboard vehicle systems showed no attempt to avoid impact from the passenger vehicles. Medical analysis added another layer. Injuries claimed by participants did not align with the mechanics of the crashes. Some injuries were exaggerated, others appeared inconsistent with the reported force and direction of impact. Timelines between accidents and medical treatment raised additional questions. Then came data analysis. When investigators mapped the network of claims, the structure became clear. The same people appeared again and again under different roles. Drivers changed, vehicles changed, but the legal strategy remained identical. What looked like coincidence was actually coordination. Operation Sideswipe collapsed once evidence from multiple cases was combined. Individually, each crash could be argued. Collectively, the pattern was impossible to ignore. The scheme relied on fragmentation, on the assumption that no one would ever connect the dots. They were wrong. Operation Sideswipe shows how staged accidents are rarely about one crash. They are about systems, incentives, and repetition. Fraud at this scale doesn't depend on luck, it depends on predictability, and predictability is exactly what investigators use to expose it. At Insurance Fraud Files, we analyze cases like this to show how staged collisions are identified through physics, data, and behavioral patterns. Real investigations don't focus on stories. They focus on consistency, and fraud is never consistent for long. If you are faced with a suspicious claim, incomprehensible losses, or a case that is not supported by facts, Insurance Fraud Files is the place where expertise meets reality. If you need a professional investigation, loss assessment, or expert support in a complex case, do not rely on assumptions. Thank you for watching Insurance Fraud Files. See you in the next video.